The 2010 earthquake killed more than 220,000 people. Those who lost their lives are remembered each year, with dignitaries from around the world coming to pay their respects. But for those who've died and continue to die from the cholera epidemic, there is no day of mourning. And even senior UN officials are staying silent on whether the victims' families deserve any compensation for their loss. You've said the UN introduced cholera to Haiti. Do you think they should be liable for all of those deaths? There's nearly 8,000 people that have been killed.
That's a decision someone else has to make now. I think the most important thing is that the UN asked Paul Farmer to oversee the response. We've got the infection and mortality rate cut in half, and I think it can be contained, so I'm encouraged by that.
There's 8,000 people already dead, Mr. President.
What you can tell to the Haitian population 3 years from now.
Who should answer for those people that are already dead, Mr. President?
Thank you.
Mr. President?
Thank you.
Well, the ceremony's over and the cavalcade's now leaving, and we still haven't got any answers. Bill Clinton there saying it's not for him to decide whether or not the UN's liable, but he's actually said that the UN brought the disease to this island. So if he can't answer the question about accountability, it's not really clear who can. Our next stop, UN headquarters in Haiti. Here, at least we'd be able to find out why Mario's clients had been waiting over a year for a response to their lawsuit. We'd been promised an interview with Nigel Fisher, the head of the UN mission in Haiti that's known by its acronym MINUSTAH. Oh, hi, is that Nigel Fisher's office? Oh, hi, is that Nigel Fisher's office? Hi there, I'm trying to get through to Nigel Fisher's office. There doesn't seem to be anybody answering the phone now. But it was proving difficult to get hold of him. Hello, there's still no answer from Nigel Fisher's office. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Okay, all right, well, I guess we'll just do what we can to try to catch up with him. But just as we were about to give up, this is Nigel Fisher. This is the man we've been trying to find all afternoon. It seems he's finally turned up, so we'll see if he's actually going to answer our questions. Do you remember me, Sebastian from Al Jazeera?
You're very deserving.
Nice to see you again. Very well, yeah, thank you. Sorry to keep...
That's all right.
We're trying to just get some of your time.
Day.
Yeah.
How long do you need?
I mean, we really needed as much time as possible, but it's been pretty difficult to try to get that. But can we ask you some questions now?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me dump this stuff.
Well, the one thing that we found difficult to talk to about with senior officials here is the question of liability. Nobody seems to be able to talk about that even. What is the position?
It's true. We cannot.
Why?
As an official here in Haiti and a civil servant, right now I cannot speak about it.
Who can we get answers from?
Well, I think it has to be at UN headquarters.
In New York?
It is. I don't know whether you'll get an answer at this point, but the people who are reviewing this are at headquarters. They're in the legal department. They're working with the Secretary General's office on this.
We followed Nigel's advice. It seemed like the only way of getting any answers for the families in Haiti was to head to where all those decisions are seemingly taken. New York. But before we even arrived at UN headquarters, we got word from Mario's legal partners in the US that a decision had already been made.
They sent me an email shortly before they made the public announcement. They sent us an email with the letter.
What did it say?
The letter was one paragraph about how the UN was sorry about the cholera and the harm that it caused, several paragraphs about all the things they are doing to combat cholera, and then a paragraph at the end saying that they were not going to respond justly to the cholera victims.
Human rights lawyer Brian Concannon says he'd been expecting the UN would try to avoid paying compensation, but that the lack of any explanation caught him completely off guard.
It was also a slap in the face to the 660,000 Haitians who have contracted cholera and the 8,000 who have died so far, or at least their families.
The UN announced its decision to the world in a brief 5-minute statement. There was no official press conference, and since then, as in Haiti, there had been no further comment to the media.